It is high time Southerners start taking actions on security. I repeat, it is high time Southerners start taking actions on security. No more cho-cho-cho. It is time to take action. Yesterday, we accosted two Aboki. We had to interrogate them because the street where I stay is a close. You don't have any business coming into that close at that time of the night. After 8, they were carrying some suspicious materials in their hands. We interrogated them. They were lying. They said one Baba told us to go and do this and that. And these are surveillance of these guys. If somebody tells you that he knows how to move from Ogun State to Ilori from the forest alone without getting on the road, it tells you that they have mastered the route. You yourself, in your own village, you don't know the route. You that are watching me, you don't know most of the routes. But a foreigner, somebody else, somewhere else, will come into your land, and all he knows is to enter bush. Because there's a kind of bush path at the end of the street. They enter bush and we don't know what they're going to do there. So no more going into any bush path. If you want to stay amongst the people. If you are going to a place, we must identify you. Because we know that the Fulani today has become an existential threat to Nigerians. I repeat, the Fulani today has become an existential threat to Nigerians. The Southern governors met, emergency meeting. The same meeting now warranted the governors, the Northern governors, to also schedule a meeting on security. So everybody is thinking security-wise. I can promise the Fulani that under the tenure of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they will feel it. They will feel it. They will never be that powerful again in the history of Nigeria until Nigeria is restructured and everybody have their own space to protect. You can see the directive from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You see, it is coming from up. Everybody in southern Nigeria, you need to follow. We need to drop this party thing. It's my party, it's your party. That party, if you start looking at party in southern Nigeria, we would be carried handicap by these bandits, terrorists, and extremists that are within us. Mind you, I told you that the bandits, they're inside government. They are officials of government. They are in the military. You see, an Arewa consultative forum leader, Arewa leader, top guy, a policy person, people that are leading these northerners, they are telling us that the federal government should conduct amnesty for the bandits and terrorists. You can hear, you can understand where these people are coming from. Because you lose guard. You think that the people you are doing things together, they are human beings. You think they are human beings. You think that you have the same ideology or same psychology thinking. People are thinking destruction. You are thinking development. You now join hands with people that are thinking destruction. How do you move forward? That is why I fought people saying, pray for Nigeria. See, I will pray for my family. My family, God should bless my family in this disturbed, in this Nigeria, this mere geographic expression. That's only prayer. I cannot pray for... Nigeria is not designed to be developed because of this element. So the Fulani, I can promise that 2027, Tinubu will win election. Tinubu may become Nigeria's last president. I agree with that one. Because I'm seeing that. I'm just seeing that. Tinubu in that place, if they allow him win that election, second term, my brother, what Fulani I will see in 8 years of Tinubu, they will regret. Mind you, Fulani is fighting on all fronts. They are fighting from the religious perspective. They are fighting Tinubu from the religious perspective. They are fighting from the political perspective. They are also fighting from the economical perspective. Now, politics now, the ADC is coming like Atiku, ADC, Erufai, ADC. They have entered the ADC. Now, they want to rope a P2B. P2B has not officially declared that he's going to be part of the ADC. He has not done so. But we know that the Fulani are the ones behind the hijack of the opposition, of the coalition, whatever it is. They are the ones that hijack it and will present themselves like, because the Arewa that I know can never give a P2B presidency. Never. With all the social media hype P2B had, most of the votes he got in northern Nigeria was from the Middle Belt. Yes, and some Christian communities. The Arewa, the Islamic jihadist fundamentalists, will never allow P2B to run the candidacy of the ADC as a president. Never. So they want to use P2B to enter the south part of Nigeria. And thank God there's a Tinubu that understands that politics and have decided to unite the structures in southern Nigeria. Next election, it is structure that is going to give you victory. It is structure. You see, you need to tell yourself the truth, reality. If you don't tell yourself the reality, you always fail. For instance, now you are solving an equation. There's a formula, but because you believe that the formula, you don't like the formula. You don't have to like the formula. That formula is what will solve the equation. The reality here is that the structures, whether the structures are legal or because most of these structures are illegal structures. The structures in southern Nigeria will win elections. The template they are going to follow is that of Wike, what he did in the last 23 presidential elections. Wike single-handedly decided whose votes, who the state will vote for. He said for presidency, the state will vote for Tinubu. Whilst we know that Tinubu lost the election. For the states, for the governorship, it goes to PDP. We know vehemently that Tinubu lost the election. And the votes Tinubu got from Rivers was very significant. Maybe that's the reason why you see him is a minister or whatever it is. So certain governors are going to go through that template of running the elections. In the Middle Belt is going to upstage against the Fulani. I don't expect the Middle Belt to cooperate with these northern governors, 19 northern governors meeting together on security. I don't expect the Middle Belt. But politically, the Middle Belt is drafting away. The Middle Belt had a meeting just a few hours ago. They told their representatives that they want the Fulani gone from their lands. Fulani has been, there are lands that have grabbed from indigenous people. Fulani come to a place. After developing wing, after developing muscle, they grab your land. That process, we understand how they do so. They grab your land. Now, the people's land that they have grabbed, they are in IDP camps. Somebody comes to your village, and chase everybody from that village, and they occupy that village. And the people in that village, in the same state too, they are in a place that the government put them in. And you are looking at them every morning, taking over your father's house, living there like lords. And this is happening in the Middle Belt. In today's 21st century, we have a federal government, we have everything. We have DSS, we have EFCC, we have a justice system, we have a chairman, local government, we have the system, Nigeria system, and these things are happening. So the community people came out to say that we don't want Fulani. Fulani should leave those lands that they have grabbed and let the people that are staying in IDP camps come to their land. These are the people you people are playing ping pong with. So in my own street, we have spoken to structures. What structures can you find? We have landlords association. We have those adubo. Inside the landlord association, they have people that are in charge of security. Now, the young men in the street are taking it upon themselves to survey the area because we have been pushing a narrative, we have been enlightening the people, and they are becoming aware of their environment. Without this enlightenment, people will not be aware of what is going on. You see, the government now is very much conscious about security than party affiliation. Southwest is showing an example, a very good example. Now, Southern Nigeria should also follow up. We must make sure that the Fulani will never, ever raise its ugly head in Southern Nigeria. If they want to raise their ugly head, they can do it in the core north, because they have signed their fate. The Fulani would rather die than leave your ancestral home. So what you have to do is to make sure he leaves it by what he wishes for himself. If he thinks he would rather die than leaving your ancestral home, so help him, send him to God, so that you can leave your ancestral home. That's how bad these guys are. So you must be very cautious never to allow them have any small space in the first place. Don't allow them have any small opportunity in the first place. If you allow them, that's where the problem is. So we know the plans of the Fulani now. They want to destabilize the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And normally we should be playing politics. Yes, ADC, APC. We don't want with Southerner. Northerner. No, it is not time to play politics. It is time to secure the lives of... See, the Fulani knows that Tinubu is displacing them. He knows. Restructuring is... They are being taken out of the system. their powerful men are being taken out of the system, are being rendered useless. They know. That is why they want to full force in every way. Some Yoruba Islamic leaders invited Gumi into the southwest. You see, some people, they are unrepentant. They don't understand what it means for the Fulani to have a stronghold in your region, and they put you under. And they are putting you under. See, it's like this people they used to do. Why can't a Yoruba person become the head of all Muslims in Nigeria? Why is it that the Fulani is at the top of everything, every alliance you have with them? They are always at the top. They don't care. Why is it? The Fulani they come with terror. They come with hostility. They come with killing. You see, some of them are Muslims. They believe that we Muslims are safe with the Fulani. We Muslims are safe. Ask the Hausas, economically, politically, are they safe with the Fulani? Hausa Muslims should go and drag with the Fulani politically. They should go and drag. Most of them are being prevented from some opportunities. These opportunities are, for instance, now you want to go to a particular university. You go and meet the emir or the traditional ruler. The traditional ruler is Fulani, and the traditional ruler will give preferential treatment to his people because they have a plan to empower their people than every other person. So if you allow the Fulani to use you, these our Yoruba brothers, if you allow them to use you, at the end of the day, what is going on in Kwara State will be replicated in these places. What is going on, no matter what it is, whether the history, something happened to Afonja or Alimi, or there's a Yoruba Muslims were persecuted. I'm getting some of those informations. Whatever happens, no emir of Ilorin should say they should ban Isheshe practice in Ilorin. No emir of Ilorin. Nothing. They cannot start disputing the land that belongs to the Yorubas. Yes. That is it. That's their ultimate purpose and motive. If you are a Fulani, you're okay, I'm your Muslim brother, you're my Muslim brother, let's come together and do things. The Fulani will not prefer you lead him because he believes he's more superior than you. The Fulani sees the Fulani ahead of Islam. Yet Islam ahead of you. So if you are embracing Islam, you are embracing something that they are above. So you cannot lead them. They lead you. Look at a Tinubu and Buhari alliance. Look at how they treated a Tinubu. With all the things Tinubu did, Tinubu opened their eyes and they had their way and won the election. They were saying that Buhari brought in 12 million votes. Your 12 million votes that could not trigger anything. Your 12 million votes that could not trigger you to the palace. You were even crying. Tinubu said it on Sukun Lori television. You were even crying before Tinubu came to the rescue. Whether Tinubu brought in 1 million votes or 2 million votes, the fact here is that you could not get yourself the presidency until Tinubu stepped in. You can see how they treated him, how they wanted to even sideline him. So if you have an alliance with the Fulani always will be ahead of you. Look at it from history. Look at it. At least, if you align with Fulani and there are like 8 positions, Fulani will have like 5, you have 3. So don't think that, okay, because some people have position 3, Fulani will have more than you. That's why in Nigeria today, you see them everywhere. They have played us handicap to the extent that you go this office, you see Fulani. Sometimes we in South, we don't even believe that the Fulani went to school. But after doing my research, man, these people, they are most educated in Northern Nigeria, the Fulani. And the Fulani educated person is very brilliant and exceptionally brilliant and intelligent and clever. Fulani politician will go school. Exception. Fulani is a special breed though. I agree with what one governor said. Fulani is a special breed. That is why you see them doing what they are doing, pulling the stunt they are pulling. Most tribes have not been able to pull the stunt they are pulling. In today's Fulani, now then they threaten the lives of everybody. Now then they collect position. Have you seen when that happens? In a kind of Nigeria, in our ethno-religious system. Fulani, you see that Igbo, they threaten everybody. Should be small thing where P2B talk about Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody's in some Southwesterners are saying P2B will never be president. Will never be president. But when Buhari was doing all his thing, supporting bandits, the same Southwesterners in the APC, they never even said Buhari, they even aligned with Buhari and made him president. You can see how the Fulani is able to trick and deceive everybody into doing their own bidding. You are there doing their own bidding. So, security has been beefed up in southern Nigeria. No go area. If you are in a village and you don't have enough resources, get a social media. Report the event. Take videos if you can. Take videos of, give us name of areas that you are staying, that you suspect that the Fulani may have been. Report to authorities. Make it, publish it on social media, because most times these authorities are compromised. If they see that it is on social media and they refuse to act, then if they see it's on social media, they want to act. Yes. Look at the findings in your environment. If you see any suspicious activity, have a social media page. Identify with people that talk about your plight. Journalists and people that talk about your plight. Identify with them and also give information to them. They will not put it on social media. People will now know that these places and places are where there are suspected movements of Fulani. Then the government will be called out. The governor will be called out. The commissioner of police will be called out to go and comb those areas. That is how to put tension. You see, the Fulani does not understand peace and dialogue. All this dialogue, they have been dialoguing with them, it means nothing. In the north, they will say peace meeting with bandits. Peace, a particular bandit, they have had like peace meeting 3 times. He still kidnapped yesterday. So they don't understand peace. They understand war. Madness is used to cure madness. That's what they understand. So that is what it is. You have landlord association. You have your councillor. You have your chairman. Everybody should be up and doing. I've said it. I'll repeat it again. Security is local. If you are waiting for the federal government to do what you need to do for yourself at the moment, we know that the system is flawed. Okay, because the system is flawed, you do nothing, Abi. The system will kill you. The system will just take your life. You need to protect yourself. Then you now start fighting the system. So what we need to do is that, like, the Southwest have a security fund whereby monies will be put inside the security fund. Ondo State now is employing 500 Amotekun extra. And this Amotekun, they have the responsibility of combing the forest, identifying any threats, making reports. Then if it's time for people to act, they need to act. Nobody is giving, see, Tinubu is fighting them at the federal level. Let us fight them at the grassroots level. We are Southerners. We are running a particular aim. We are not doing party, Labour Party, PDP, APC. All of them are the same. Maybe you don't agree that all of them are the same, but you realize later that all of them are the same. You see a P2B now. Labour Party is a special party, Abi. Labour Party is sabotaging P2B's chance of becoming Nigeria's president or even running for presidency. So if you are a diehard Labour Party person now, Labour Party self don't fail you. Now you go now realize the Labour Party is not good. All of them are the same. Politicians are fighting for their interest. Now P2B now, they are roping him into the ADC. Is it the same ADC? We have Burutai, we have Pantami, we have Erufai. Some of these Islamic jihadist fundamentalists. We have Atiku as their head boy. They are using Atiku. Want to use Atiku and enter us. He's a liberal man. He's Mr. Nigeria. He married Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. That one has scam. Shetima Talk say some of his PA na Igbo does not stop him from carrying out the supporting his brothers in northern Nigeria. It does not stop him. So all those one are the winos. The winos. As it stands today, I pray Tinubu wins the next election. I know I'm saying it now, because I've seen that if I'm supporting P2B will not. They will never give P2B ticket in the ADC. Never. If they give him ticket in the ADC, that means it must be a miracle. It will even shock the APC, because the APC don't want P2B. I repeat, the APC don't want. Let's look at politics now. The APC don't want P2B to run on a solo ticket. They don't want Jonathan to run on a solo ticket. And there's an article. They just want them to collapse on that article. So the monument, if P2B joins the ADC now, he will lose a lot of support. A lot. He's going to just be an opposition. He will not have enough political clout. Yes. People just support him just because they like him. But he will not pull any political weight if he joins the ADC. The ADC will suck him up, suck him dry, and make him irrelevant, because those in the ADC believe they are better than P2B. They believe so. Erufai, you see, he believes an opportunity presents itself. El-Rufai believes that he's better than P2B. Look at what El-Rufai was saying about Osibajo, ice cream seller. Is it okay? Shettima was saying about Osibajo, ice cream seller. But now look at Shettima. Shettima is like a ghost worker. So they believe. So if he enters here, they will suck his energy. They will make him look useless and render him whatever it is. So as we stand today, the Fulani is getting the message. The US has aligned with Nigeria on intelligence. And this intelligence is going to go as far as identifying where they are. So it is not left for Tinubu to do the needful. Me, I will criticize Bola Ahmed Tinubu if he deviates from this path of restructuring. I will criticize him. The APC, the Labour Party, the PDP, the opposition don't know how to criticize the APC. They don't know. I tell you, there are so many things the APC you can use to criticize the APC. I've advised them. Have PR, people, public relation experts. Have them, populate them on social media. It is he who controls the narrative, controls power. If you can't control the narrative, you can't control power. Look at what Jonathan said about Guinea-Bissau. The president invited the military, and they were saying that it was a coup. It was a coup. So the narrative was that it was a coup. And that coup, it was a coup, can cause a bit of outrage because of somebody is owning a narrative. If not for only Jonathan singularly coming to debunk most of these things people have been reporting over the past few days, that narrative will not fly. So if the APC is pushing, because APC propaganda, never say anything. APC propaganda, they will serve the learn work in Africa. So if you are not having to own the narrative, Nigerians are mentally, they are bastardized mentally. This moment they are supporting you, this moment they are not supporting you. Nobody is having to stand on something just because the politicians are playing with their mind. So narrative will just push them, tell them to start supporting you. Push them. Nobody's looking at principles now. It's looking at what can you do? What can you convince me you can do? How can you convince me? What is the process of convincing me? That's just it. But when you just see, they just be looking. Tomorrow night, if Tinubu win election, you understand the system. That's how the system works. You'll be crying foul. And nobody's listening to anybody again. No. Everybody just watching their own back. Understand how they will survive under this Nigeria. Nigeria has to be restructured for you to have anything dividends of good governance. If it's not restructured, now here we they look ourselves. They look ourselves eyeball to eyeball. In fact, may God help Nigerians.